We are delighted to have you here at the PHILSME Business Show. This is a business podcast and vodcast dedicated to help SME business owners like you boost your business. On today's episode, we meet two empowered women in the field of media, advertising, and digital solutions. Angie Quadra-Balibay is the managing editor of GoodNewsPilipinas.com, where she led the team to win the 2024 Gold Anvil for Best Publication. Together with Chief Editor Rico Hizon, she helped secure the platform's ranking as the Philippines' #1 website for good news and number 13 globally. Mabel Gonzalo is the president of FuTech Innovations Inc. Under her leadership, FuTech is setting a new wave in elevating businesses to the next level. Mabel is known for strategic vision, dedication to customer satisfaction, and empowering people in the organization who leads by example. Stay tuned for a few messages from the sponsors that made this episode happen.
Looking to elevate your brand and product to the next level? Connect with Cube Digital Smart Locker. Cube offers smart locker ownership, partnership, and franchising opportunities for current and future business partners. Integrate your brand and products with Cube Digital Smart Locker for a future-ready world. Visit www.cubesmartlockers.com to learn more. Experience innovation. The future is here.
At One CFO, take advantage of top-notch finance services, innovative technology, at affordable prices to propel your business potential. Focus on the growth of your business, and we take care of your finance department. We are One CFO, your partner in growth.
Welcome to the PHILSME Business Show. I'm Angie Quadra-Balibay, Managing Editor of GoodNewsPilipinas.com.
And I'm Mabel Gonzalo, the President of RC's Media and FuTech Innovations Philippines. We are both proud members of the PHILSME Business Network. The best part that I love about Expos is the fun time. When you go around and you get to play and be yourself, you know, it's better to get, for me, it's good if I get a company giveaway. It's not because of that giveaway, but you know, when I go back and I see that, it reminds me of you. Well, business cards are good, but it's better if I see you every day on my desk. How about you?
My favorite story about PHILSME Business Expo is when Good News Pilipinas went on stage at the last PHILSME in SMX, and we launched the GNP Academy of Entrepreneurs for entrepreneurs. So we were so glad to address so many, about 10,000 SMEs there who need to bring their business online, and that was like a favorite story for the year.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah, same here. I also love that part when people share what they have. In fact, when we joined SME, the first thing that I thought about is how can we contribute to this amazing community?
Exactly. And that's why we also like being in the business network, the monthly business network. The community is really amazing.
Yes. And of course, we also get, we got a lot of business contacts during expos and during the Zoom meeting. And the things that I love most also in this community is that at least 60 to 80% of the level of trust is already there. Exactly. You don't have to question anymore. Let's do business again if we need them or they need us.
Exactly. I love that. I remember that during the business networking meetings monthly, when you go to the breakout rooms and people actually start working together. That's just amazing. Well, at GoodNewsPilipinas.com, we solve the biggest problem or biggest challenge that are facing professionals and businesses in the Philippines now, which is basically visibility and credibility online. They're not just about being online and everywhere there, but also having content and posturing that makes them very credible. So as a news organization, we allow brands who come on our platforms and they're situated in a position, there's good news narrative, because Good News Filipinas focuses on the good stuff. So when a brand comes online on our platforms, whether website, social media, or email newsletters, it puts them along with other brands who are good news, who are good narratives for everyone. But I'll give you a sample story. So very recently, a Filipino entrepreneur from Cavite approached us She said her partner wanted to bring her Mindanao Virtual Assisting Training Center from Mindanao to Luzon for the first time. So unlike, diba, I love the story. We were like, what's your story? It's not Luzon going to Mindanao, but it's Mindanao coming to Luzon. And so she said they wanted to do that, but they had no media exposure. So we came in and said, sige, we'll follow you. We'll follow the transition and how you're moving from Mindanao to Luzon. And then we covered their 2 launchings in Quezon City, 2 sites in Luzon, and within days of our feature of their cover or their story and their launching, they got new customers immediately. Yun, kaka-open lang, no? May
So the
customer.
exposure is amazing.
Yeah, meron agad silang customers, and they, you know, they had collaborations with many different groups na. So we were so excited that our platform is able to serve something like that. You have a story like that?
Yeah. Actually, I love that when we get people get to where they are now because of what we did. And we are very aligned actually because we are also into media. In your case, you go into a bigger circle, right? Because you are seen all over the Philippines and maybe
119 countries, actually.
amazing. So for us, we are also into media, but we are seen in different buildings in Metro Manila. So we are into indoor advertising. So brands get to expose themselves, well, big and small brands. That's how we help them. There are small businesses who continue and keep having their brands in our network because they get customers. So in our own little way, we're able to elevate the expansion and the exposure of SMEs as well, given already for the big brands, that the network is able to help in this way.
That's amazing, amazing. Actually, media where people are. Kami kasi we're online. So people like virtual world, but
Yeah, virtual sa'yo. Sa akin naman is very neat because when you enter the building, you can already see our screens, ad display screens. And when you are waiting for the elevator, you can also see our screens there, ad display screens. The advertisers are running their brands there. And when you get inside the elevator, di ba, wala namang signal doon. So, awkward naman minsan na makipag-usap ka sa katabi mo or tumingin ka sa phone kasi wala namang signal normally yon. So they are forced to look at the elevator screen and the
captured
brands,
audience.
Yeah. The brands are able to leverage on that time na walang ginagawa yung mga tao.
Right.
And based on studies, mga tao naman, di ba, mga 4 na beses yan, maakyat, bumababa ng elevator. That's our captured market.
O, sa amin naman ang captured market namin, Mabel, because it's a digital first world now. So if someone is looking for products or services, they go first to their phone or their website or online. And that's the position of GoodNewsPilipinas.com. So if your brand comes on our platform, social media, or our email newsletters, digital platforms on the website, nandun ka when people want to look for you.
That's one of our companies. So that's RC's Media. But the other one is solving, because you mentioned about people going online already.
Yes.
And the same thing with many businesses, they are going into digitalization. So yung mga papel-papel, lalo na nung pandemic, this company was born during that time actually. It's an aftermath of the pandemic time.
Pandemic success
Yes,
story.
it's a pandemic success story that since hindi nakakalabas yung mga tao, they are only able to get down to maybe buy their food, then go back again, and we have the screens running there. They started to ask if we are selling those screens as well.
The screen.
Yeah, wala kaming... Exactly. So, during that time, nung pandemic, hindi pa namin in-entertain kasi nasa media kami. We are not into distribution. But then, there were so many inquiries. CEOs and owners started seeing us. So we already entertained it. And now, we are distributing all types of digital solutions all over the Philippines.
Oh, great. Monitors, screens.
Different, yeah.
Like anong range niyan? From
It could
screens?
it could be in-store screens where they could put the menu. It could also be for announcements. Most of the developers get from us for their marketing effort.
Galing. Sakto.
Diba?
Digital solution, digital solution.
Yung flyer meron pa rin, pero
Yeah.
pag meron ka kasing digital na gamit, hindi mo na masyadong iniintindihan kasi they just see you using digital solutions
Amazing,
already.
amazing.
Diba? So, for FuTech Innovations, it actually works very well in terms of simplification. It simplifies the business process. For some, maybe you've seen about the different digital equipment, or how would you call that, in the food industry, where you could already order.
Yung interactive na tablet. Mga ganun.
Self-ordering kiosk, that's one. So another thing is that many companies now go for digital standees for their announcements and memos instead of using papers. So this way, we are able to simplify and also efficient use of people's time.
Great. For us naman, getting your brand or your product or service on the Good News Pilipinas platform is very easy. Mayroon quick lang 4 steps. One is reach out to us. Like if you're a brand, if you're a business, if you're a professional, reach out to us. We have a contact form on the website on goodnewspilipinas.com. We are on social media or across all the most popular social media. We're there. Just message it. On you can even katok-katok doon sa Spaces BGC, which is our office. So pag na-reach out to us na yan, we love to hear about inspiring Filipino stories, of milestone innovation. So we give it attention. Step number 2 namin is yung story discovery na. Like if you meet Mabel, we work with you closely to build a compelling story about your brand so that we can actually publish it on the site. Yung step 3 namin is amplifying na. Yung pinublish and amplified. Once your story about FuTech, for example, or RCs, is on goodnewspilipinas.com, we distribute it on all our social media, and then we push them with our partners and with our activities and events, and that's how your story gets amplified.
Oh, okay. So along that line, in terms of our media business, which is RC's Media, we actually advertise brands with their advertisements already prepared already. So we just upload them. So it's just 2 steps. It's just 2 steps.
2 steps
So, 2 steps lang kami. Kasi prepared na yung yung i-advertise nila. So, the creatives do that, but we are not involved. So, we just do the uploading and offloading. Ganun lang siya.
Kami mahaba-haba pa kasi because we're a news organization. So may mga vetting yan, yung mga fact-checking, yung mga source working out. So after mo na reach out sa amin yung brand, we actually work on putting up a compelling story, and then we publish it and amplify it. Yung results nasa number 4, yung engagement para sa brand. So our experience is once we feature a brand story, we saw them getting awards, we saw them being noticed by their target market, and we saw them getting funding also.
And that's very interesting, di ba? So magkaiba siya. So same industry, but we work on our businesses differently. Kasi sa inyo, people love stories. Kami naman, in just 15 seconds, na-gets na. Kasi, let's say, nag-promo ka, kailangan mabilis yung na makapture yung promo mo. So, short lang, ganon. So,
that's what we do. Yung online is very big on video. Kasi yung mga video, di ba, 7 seconds, 10 seconds.
Yeah, because of the attention span of people.
Correct,
Ads kasi yon sa inyo stories. Siyempre, yung stories, di mo naman masasabi in 15 seconds, di ba?
We do video story versions of the articles kasi we also do that because the reality of online now, mas visual yung gusto ng mga tao.
True.
Pictures, videos. So, baka minsan lagay namin yung, we actually have, Good News Pilipinas says, advertising on billboards in a few areas. Pero may outdoor, parang hindi yata sa inyo. Baka sa inyo yun. We'll find out later off air.
Why not?
We do. But yung mga video, di ba, we can put stories on your billboards as part of that. Maybe they'll find a way.
I think I mentioned that a while ago already, that during the pandemic, it was actually RC's Media who hit the wall because companies were then on a wait-and-see situation. Because if they will advertise, people were not going to the offices, so there is no market there. We were having problems on how to keep the company floating because there were no advertisers at that time. But fortunately enough, because we were able to establish our network in the residential sector, they saw us not as an advertising company, but they saw our screens as a way of elevating and improving their way of communication in their own companies. So that's that's why FuTech Innovations was born. So this is the digital solutions distribution company. And now, I'm very surprised because most of the company owners are now going towards this direction. It's actually a very huge industry. So I'm glad that we have started it, and we embrace the possibility of having another company to complement our existing media company.
Wow, diversifying. Meron
Yes,
pa where you're
diversifying.
going, no? So trade secret pa, hindi pa pwedeng ikwento. Hindi pa pwedeng ikwento, no? I love your success story because that's, we love stories. From the pandemic, from very challenging situation, you were actually able to put together another business that, that saved both companies, and now it's
We were
getting
forced
bigger.
to think of a way on how to keep our people. Kasi walang trabaho. Kung wala sila ipapakain sa mga pamilya nila, paano naman, di ba?
Right. And good heart, no? How to keep the business running. Isip ko maganda talaga yun. We should find a way
Pwede
to...
mo akong feature.
Oo, yung mga ganon. Gusto ko yung ganon, that you help people survive the pandemic. Kami naman, yours is a very heartwarming. Ours is a funny story. So Good News Pilipinas started because we were so tired of hearing only bad news from the Philippines and about Filipinos. So it was founded 19 years ago, and by international broadcast journalist Rico Hizon, who's now our chief editor. And he gathered his friends from the Philippines and said, all we're getting out here, because he was in London and Singapore, all we're getting out here are bad stories about the Philippines. So they got tired of it and came together and said, let's put up an aggregate site that pulls all the good news stories about the Philippines and Filipinos. And we have since been embraced by 119 countries. Parang wherever there are Filipinos, we are embraced there. And the recognition for being the go-to site, advocacy siya eh. But now it's more than an advocacy, we're sustainable na ngayon. And what we're doing has been recognized internationally. So ganon, we're now recognized globally as the Philippines' #1 website for good news.
Congratulations.
We're number 13 globally among all the thousands of good news stories. And we are a Gold Anvil winner for Best Publication PR Tool. So may recognition international and locally. And I was personally received the Lasallian Scholarum Award for my writing, for my feature writing. So we're happy. From a funny story, we're so tired of bad news, to actually getting recognition and actually helping brands sustain themselves, parang bringing them along the ride.
Spreading possibilities
Yun.
and
Kasi
positivity.
diba when there's positive news, people connect, and people take action. Kasi we're so tired of mga nakakasakit ng ulo and negativity.
Tama. Tama na yung maraming mga balita na dyan.
From pandemic success story to trying to bring the best out of the Philippines. I love both our stories. GoodNewsPilipinas.com is not just a media company. We're actually a movement pushing all the good stories about the Philippines and Filipinos worldwide. And for the PhilSME community, we are happy to share that for the next 30 days, we are offering free consultation to brands to put your online presence on the credible mode. Kasi as a news company, that's our leverage. You're not just online for anything, any story. You have to be credible so people will trust your product, people will trust your service, and they will know that you're a go-to person or go-to company for that brand. So for the next 30 days, free consultation on how to amplify and how to build your online presence for your brand or your company. And all you need to do is email us at editor@goodnewspilipinas.com or go to our website. We have a contact form. We have social media across from Facebook, Twitter, Threads, LinkedIn, TikTok even, and YouTube, Instagram. Just message us there. Our social media team will answer it. Paki-mention lang, GNP at PhilSME Podcast para alam nila that has to do with it. See you there next 30 days.
Well, for me, since I'm representing two companies at this time, RCS Media Technologies Philippines Incorporated, our indoor advertising company, will give all PhilSME members 75% discount on ad rates. You come to us, you just call us and just mention PhilSME and we will give you that discount.
I'm glad that you're giving 75%. I won't top that. You know, kasi what GoodNewsPilipinas.com is offering now, 50% off our packages. Kasi we offer our platform for paid advertising, paid article creation, paid video creation, and paid campaigns on social media. So to the PhilSME community, we're offering this. 50% off on all packages. Again, just email us, contact us, and say it's GNP at PhilSME Podcast so we know you're coming from there. Para sa inyo lang yung PhilSME. Yeah.
Yes. And may dadagdag din ako. If you will avail of our digital solutions within the next 30 days, we are willing to give you a big discount as well. So hindi ko nasasabihin ko ano yung discount na yun, big siya.
Wow! Ako unang makakaalam. You know, sales tayo, ganyan. Kaya, ganang story, ganyan.
So maybe not necessarily all the people will be able to relate to what I will say, but I will say this to all entrepreneurs and business owners who may get something out of it, because I truly believe that when we are into business, we actually do this not for profit only, but also to help other people. That's why I'm an advocate of creating a strong team. We have to empower our people because it's our people who will make the success for us. If we have a very strong team, we take good care of them, then success is not far behind.
So at GoodNewsPilipinas.com, our aim is to not just tell your story, but to amplify your story to the right audience. And it's our mission to tell every Filipino story, good story, so we can help all Filipinos be proud of all of us. I have a business joke to share, inspired by Trixie Esguerra-Abrenilla.
Stay tuned for a few messages from the sponsors that made this episode happen.
The difference between working a simple job and developing a career is one's attitude. Do your employees think of their work and personal goals in the long term? Are you prepared to provide the healthcare support they need to become successful individuals and contributors to your business? Help your employees become stronger advocates for their goals and their own health through regular checkups at any The Medical City near you. The Medical City network of hospitals and the Medical City Clinic can support your employees in their entire work journey through employment checkups, customized healthcare service packages, corporate health and wellness activities, and inpatient discounts. For partnership inquiries, you may email managed-care-unit@themedicalcity.com or visit tmcph.co/PhilSME-CHAMP for corporate accreditation.
Streamline your business processes to elevate overall productivity and enhance management effectiveness with AutoCount Business Solutions. Visit AutoCount's website at ph.autocountsoft.com today to learn more.
I have a business joke to share, inspired by Trixie Esguerra-Abrenilla. Miss Mabel, knock knock.
Who's there?
Phil.
Phil who?
You have to fill your website with good news so the customers will come knocking.
Wow, that's amazing. You're the best.
Thank you, Trixie. Ganun eh.
Hindi kasi ako ma-joke.
ako rin
pero may maalala lang ako na normally it brings a smile to my face and to the employees because our company is FuTech Innovations, right? And many people, when they call us, they would say, hello, yes, is this FuTech? So it becomes FuTech po, Future Innovation. So it became it's easy to remember. So I said, who on earth have thought of this? But you know, it is now to me a good news because when you say FuTech and they say FuTech, they remember more. Whatever it is, what is important is that people remember you after they have already talked to you. The name matters, but the service matters more.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Sure.
Definitely.
Of course.
We're there to amplify the stories of PhilSME, and we're there 110%. See you at the PhilSME Business Expo.
If you like this show, like and tap the follow button. Please feel free to leave us a review before you go, as this will definitely help more SME business owners in the Philippines. Thank you. Until the next episode.